Hi everybody, Larry Graves here. First of all, thank you for all of the questions, and I apologize. I won't be able to answer them all because otherwise it'll be like an hour-long video. But I chose 10 that were interesting questions or fun questions. And I'll do this again in a few weeks. The first question is by Mohammed Yunus. Do you have a full-time practical job, or is YouTube your full-time job? Well, if YouTube was my full-time job, I would be really, really, really poor. I actually get more views and I make more money on Dailymotion, the video site Dailymotion, than YouTube. And as for a job, yes, I have a full-time job. I've actually been working, well, for the past 3 years, the first 2 years, I worked at Procter & Gamble through a temp agency, and that was for 2 years, working 12-hour shifts. And almost 1 year ago, I started working at this huge warehouse in Trenton, Ontario called McCartney, Canada, and it was also through a temp agency. But I got hired on last July, so I get benefits and everything, and I love my job, so I'm very happy. And they're 8-hour shifts. I work Sundays to Thursdays. And I apologize if I mispronounce anybody's name here. Addleton asks, at school, were you the kid who beat or the kid in which the other boys beat? I know what you're saying there. No, I never... there was 1 year, I think it was grade 4 or grade 5, where this one kid from a grade one up than grade 4, which would be grade 5. See, I'm pretty smart because I went to school. And he used to scare me and bother me and whatever, until one day my dad took care of him and scared the crap right out of him. And he never bothered me again. And no, I was never a bully. I think 1 year in grade 8, there was this kid that was always being picked on, and I don't know why, but me and a friend, we picked on him one day, and I ended up punching him in the stomach. And he cried and everything, and I just felt, I'm just not a tough guy. I tried it, and I felt so bad, and I ended up apologizing and everything. Sturmrast50 asks, what are your views on some of life's hotter topics, such as politics, religion, life philosophies, etc.? I stay away from religion. You see it all the time on Facebook, people arguing. Same with politics. I just stay away from it. I've got my own, for instance, with religion, I'm not a fan of religion. I'm a spiritual person. I just try and be a good person and whatever. But I don't go to church or anything, and I just try and... I don't think religion itself is the greatest. I don't know. And politics, I have no interest in politics. Although I must say, someone like Sarah Palin, I just can't believe that she almost could have been at one point the President of the United States, because that's scary stuff as far as I'm concerned. She's not the brightest person in the world. She can't even put a sentence together. I don't know. Is it just me? Ral Rules de Velasco. You know what? When I first started out on YouTube, I was going to call myself that exact username. Isn't that something else? Do you fear death? I would say no. But then again, on the day you know you're going to die, of course you're going to be scared and everything, right? And without getting too personal, I'll just have to say that I've been kind of down for the last few days, and in fact I went to bed last night at 5:30 in the evening, and I also had a ticket, front row seat, for a local concert at the Empire Theatre in Belleville for John Lennon tribute show, and I had been to one previously last September, and I enjoyed it, but I was by myself. I went by myself, and this last Friday night I just didn't go, and it's just I guess I'm just getting kind of tired of being alone. That's, not having a significant other in my life. But I'll be okay. I'll survive. And I also have some possible health issues coming up. I have some tests coming up this Friday, which I'm maybe a little bit concerned about. And I also had this really weird dream. And I might as well tell it now that I've brought it up. And it was about a month ago. Everybody has really strange dreams that you try and make sense of. And in this dream, there was a talking cat. That's right. The strange talking cat that said, "You're going to die April 30th. Thank you." Didn't say what year, but I was sensing it was this year. So that's, hasn't helped with my mood, I guess. Let's get back to some more positive thoughts here. Tom Cody, Food Snot Food Reviews. He asked me, have you ever been to a Turkish prison? There is another Larry Graves. I just want to say this. There is another Larry Graves that used to live in Trenton, Ontario. He's the one that was in the Turkish prison for 3 years. So I don't know what all this gossip is about me being in a Turkish prison for 3 years. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. Blake L. asked, why did you get rid of all your vinyl records and start buying CDs? Well, what year would that have been? 80, would that be 85? When the CDs took over from vinyl? And it was just an exciting time. It's like, wow. And they don't scratch. The sound is fantastic. At least at the time you thought it was way better than vinyl records. So I was happy to sell all my vinyl records. And I don't even really regret it because, overall, I don't mind CDs, except for the sometimes hard to read the covers and everything, or the liner notes. Robert Steinman asks, how do you feel about rude and insulting comments to your videos? I really don't get that many nasty comments anymore. I get, the occasional rude comment, and it really just doesn't bother me because I don't take YouTube as seriously as some of you might think I do. It's just entertainment. And, yes, years ago, certain comments used to really affect me and, hurt my feelings. And it's just, I guess, with, through the years, you just don't let it bother you. And you make a really good series called Bad Grammar. I used to enjoy doing that because in the past I used to get a lot of, 95% of the comments would be great, but there'd always be the 5% with, hatred and really nasty comments, and that's why I made the Bad Grammar series. But I don't even really do that anymore because I don't get the hate I used to get. Garrett Schmidt asks, did you like high school? I liked grammar school, but my parents moved when I was starting grade 9. So it was and it was in a different city. It was in Brighton, Ontario. And I had maybe a couple of close friends, but other than that, it just wasn't the same, and I felt really lost. I quit school in grade 10, and I actually only received my grade 12 diploma when I was about, I think, 50 years old, just a few years back. Time Warp Labs asks, have you ever smoked pot? No. I know some people find that hard to believe, but growing up, I was around friends that, for the most part, just weren't pot smokers or anything, so I was never really, never really went to parties or anything, so. But I will say this, I am not against it. I used to be really, really against pot, but I know now that alcohol is much worse than pot. And who knows, maybe someday with a special woman, I'll try pot, but it's not on the top of my list. And the final question. Lego Warrior asks, what do you think of Yoko Ono, and do you believe in the Paul is dead theory? Okay, for Yoko Ono, I think she was a little manipulative with John Lennon, but at the same time, I mean, he loved her. I've never hated her. I actually like some Yoko Ono music. I know a lot of you people don't, but I do. In fact, I have a top 10 Yoko Ono song list on my Larry Graves TV channel. There's the album Season of Glass, which I love. And there's certain songs of hers like Walking on Thin Ice, and the songs on Double Fantasy that she did. I love those songs. So yeah. And as for the Paul is dead thing, I think it's just, I've never really believed in it, but I will say this. There's always like a 1% chance anything is possible. So, I mean, there's a lot to this world that we think we know about, but we really don't. And just like, I think there's a lot of, just like when you go to CNN, it's like they want you to believe in certain things, and it's like you really have to think things. I'm just more paranoid, I guess, is what I'm kind of saying, than I used to be about the internet and the news and politics, and there's a lot more going on in this world than any of us really know about, and maybe we don't want to know about it. Yeah, that was kind of deep. So that's it. I thank each and every one of you for asking questions, and I do apologize if I didn't answer your question. They were very good questions, and I will definitely do this again. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.